Today we'll try to create an example program to join multiple tables. In yesterday's program, how many tables we joined?
Three tables.
Three
Tables.
tables. Let's try to add more tables in the joins, right? Let's find one business scenario. Let's assume one business scenario before going to create the program. Today, let's take some purchase order example. So, what is the transaction code to create the purchase order? Usually, as a ABAPer, you are not going to create, but at the time of unit testing or something, sometimes we use because it's a business.
A0.
Yeah, it's a business transaction code, not a technical transaction code. Okay, ME21N is to create the purchase order, create a new purchase order. When the purchase order will be created, general business.
After delivery.
After delivery, there is nothing, just invoice. When the organization is needs to procure something, buy something from vendors, right? At that time, a purchase requisition will be created, and after the purchase requisition, vendor evaluation will accept quotations from different vendors. Okay. Once the quotations are received, purchasing team will do some vendor evaluation and they'll finalize one vendor based on their previous history, expected delivery date, and price what they are providing. Right? All these conditions they'll check and select one vendor. Then once the vendor is selected, what do we create? What the organization procurement team will create? A purchase order. Right? What does this purchase order contains? Observe here in the screen. Who is the vendor? Date when it is created, purchase arc, purchase group, company code, and these are items. What are the items we are procuring? Right? Item, material number, description of the item, quantity, right? What is the expected delivery date? Right? All these details we mention here. Right? Once the purchase order is created, what are the backend tables for this purchase order? From where the purchase order data is going to be created. The header table for purchase order is which one? EKKO. Okay. The header table for purchase order. It's a standard table. What is the primary key here? EBELN. So here we contain vendor data, right? And net value of this purchase order. All these details in the header data records available. Now, what is the item data?
EKPO.
EKPO, purchase order item level data. Here, what are the primary keys? EBL and EBLP. EBLP nothing but item. Here you observed, right? We create multiple items in the purchase order. So multiple records will be created for multiple items in EKPO. It contains item level data. What is the material? What is the unit of measure? What is the quantity? Right? What is the price of the material? What is the unit price of the material? All these details will be available in purchase order item level data. Okay. And again, if you need more details about the material which we are using in the purchase order line item, in which table we can find?
MAKT.
MAKT is for
Ma-
material text. Okay.
Mara.
MAKT is for material text. If you want to know the material properties, which table you need to go?
Mara.
Mara. That means what is the type of material, right? What is the industry sector of this material? Is it mechanical, chemical, right? Pharma industry, right? Or like which industry it relates to? Okay, this material relates to material group, unit of measure, size and dimensions, right? There are more details like volume of the material, container requirements, storage conditions, For few materials like any medicines, vaccines, there should be some storage conditions, right? Any dairy products, milk, curd, we cannot store them anywhere, right? They need special storage conditions, like special temperature conditions they need. So any special such requirements for this specific material, so it contains all those details, right? And then for material text, what is the table we need to use? Material text table, that is MAKT. Okay, MAKT. Let's try to join these tables to display one output, purchase order data output, and we'll keep on adding more tables. I'm not designing the screen, I'm not using any event, right? Simply creating a program. Just our aim is to complete one join condition, right? We'll take date as an input, create a date as input, or you can also take material. Let's take material. Okay, let's take material as input today. So all the purchase orders created for a material. Okay, and what is the syntax for select option?
For
For
For material. Can we take multiple select options?
we can.
Yes, you can use multiple select options or parameters, right? Depends on your requirement. What is your filter condition? You can add more selection screen inputs here. For example, you can select data by material and customer. You can select data by material and purchase order type. Okay, or create a date, right? You can add any number of parameters here, depends on your requirement. In where condition, we add these multiple options using and. Okay, startup selection. What is the use of startup selection event?
business logic,
To write the business logic. At selection screen,
validate
validate the selection screen inputs. Initialization,
to pass the default value.
to populate the default values. Okay, so I'm using inline declaration, right? I'm not creating a type structure for the final output. I'm directly using inline declaration. Select. What are the fields we need to select? Go to the table, EBLN, VB, sorry, EKKO, VBLN, comma, EKKO. What are the other columns we need?
Sir, in ECC, can we go with inline declaration?
Yeah, see, we need to check the, even though it is ECC, we need to check the ABAP version. Okay, if ABAP version is going to support, inline declarations will work because it is nothing to do with HANA. Right? ABAP syntaxes are nothing to do with HANA, new ABAP syntaxes. Only we have special features, ABAP and HANA features. They are dependent on the HANA database. Okay?
Okay.
You need to check the ABAP version. What is the ABAP version? If you take this 7.4, so 7.4 will support the new ABAP syntaxes. Okay? But if you need to use concepts like inline, CDS views, AMDPs, I'll show you one table property. If you go to technical settings, I don't know why it is HANA. It should display only rows or tables on ECC. Is it really a ECC system or not? Not sure. Host is on HANA, but database is MS SQL Server. Usually, if you see only old SQL, EC systems, right? You can see only row store option here. You won't get these database specific properties, right? But if your ECC is still on the previous version, ABAP version is still on the previous version, you cannot use new ABAP syntaxes, right? You should write old ABAP syntaxes only. EKPO, EBLP, EKPO, Matner. What are the other table fields you need to select? Matner, sorry, Mara. What are the fields you want to select from Mara table? For example, material type, MTRT, industry sector of the material, MBRSH, right? And from fourth table, material text. For example, if you take this MTRT, what is this MTRT?
Material type.
Material type. Check how the data is maintained in the material type. This is material type. Are these descriptions or codes?
Seems like code.
Codes.
Codes.
What is ROH? We don't know. What is FERT? You don't know. Where can we find this description of that field? Sorry, value.
Yes, table.
We need to go to text table. What is the text table? Go to foreign key, go to check table, and go to text table. What is the text table? T 134T. This is the text table for material type. Since I want to display the material type description as well, I'm adding one more table in the join. What is the description field? This one, MT PEZ. How many tables we are joining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables. From which table? EKPO, sorry,
KKO.
EKKO, inner join, EKPO on join condition. EKK, what is the common field between EKKO and EKPO?
EBL.
Next, we need to select data from which table? Mara, right? Inner join, Mara on what is the join condition? Common field between Mara and the other table, VBAP, right? VBAP, sorry,
Sorry,
EKK,
Matners.
EKPO. EKPO,
Matner.
Matner equal to Mara,
Mara.
Matner. It should be a primary key, right? The column which we are using in join condition. Is it a primary key, Matner? Yes, right? Matner is primary key in Mara table,
Yes.
right? Next, we need to join which table? Material text. Let's
Material
use
text.
material text. Left outer join on material text. Because the data is available, select the text. Otherwise, don't select anything. Leave the columns blank. Left outer join, MAKT
AKT. On.
on. What is the join condition?
Uh,
You can use
Mar.
either VBAP or Mara because Matner is available in both tables, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
In this case, you can use either Mara or VBAP.
EKPO.
MAKT Matner. What is the other data we need to select? Description, right?
T.
Material type
Yes.
description. We are selecting material type from Mara table and the corresponding description is available in the text table. We need to join the text table as well. So I'll use left outer join on the text table for material type text. Which tables we need to join? What is the
Mara.
common field between material type and material type text? MTRT, right?
Yes.
MTRT in which table?
Mara.
Mara table. Left outer join this text table. What is the join
On
condition? On
Mara.
Mara MTRT material type equal to text table material type. It is MTRT is primary key in text table, right?
Yes.
That's it. Into table data of LT underscore PO data. Where condition is as per your select option, select option or parameters defined in the selection screen. What is the material number, right? Since material number is three different tables, VBAP, Mara and MAKT, we need to use table name. From which table you wanted to check this material number. If you use Mara Matner, what it's going to do? It's going to check purchase orders for all the materials available in this Mara table. But what is our requirement? The material should be available in VBAP. So only those materials we need to select. So we need to,
EKPOs.
sorry, EKPO in,
Skip symbol.
right? Check the syntax. No syntax errors found. If sy hyphen sub rc equal to 0, and if execute, I'm not providing any input. I just want to execute for all materials. Or if you want to select for any specific material, select the material and execute the program. Since we are executing for open, it's taking time. Let's select one material here and execute next time. ROH or sorry, 23. What is it? No memory available to add rows to the internal table. It's a memory issue because it's trying to select huge data, but the internal table memory is not supporting, right? It is exceeding the memory. You will get these kind of errors in support projects, right? When the program is trying to select the huge data, right? Due to application server memory, right? It may not be able to accept the data into internal tables, right? At that time, we need to split the data selections. We should not allow the users to enter wide open without proper inputs. We got the runtime error. Looks like no data available for material. This material in let's take some example from EKPO table. Any material example which contains some valid material data. Matner. We'll take this MSA 2000. This material contains some data. Enter this, execute. Looks like there is limited memory in application server for ECC. That's why it's not able to select the huge amount of data. Since I did not provide the material, it is trying to select all purchase orders data. How can you fix this without how can you restrict the user executing the program without entering any value, material value?
Add selection screen.
Net selection screen event, add a validation. If S material is initial, return a error message. Okay. Yeah, the server itself is slow. Looks like there is very low application memory for ECC. That's why it is taking time to display the data even. Is everyone clear on this? Joining multiple tables. No, yeah. Hey, why we got data in different languages? Japanese, some other different languages. We should
We
get
not
that.
mention that
Which
sparse.
We
one?
should
Hmm. Yeah. We should pass language key in the condition. Where can we pass? Either you can
wait.
pass in the where condition. MAKT pass equal to sy hyphen langu. And we have one more text table, right? Material type text table. Okay. Now check. Now we got the data in English language. Yes or no? Material text and this is a material type text. Is everyone clear on this? So depends on your requirement. We need to keep on adding tables in the join, but make sure you are always joining at least one primary key, right? If you somewhere, if you mention any non-primary key fields, incorrect join condition, it's going to mess up the entire join statement. Okay, it will impact the performance. It will try to select duplicate records from all the tables. Okay, so please make sure what is the join condition you are using. Similarly, you can join more than 10 tables, right? But always make sure do not join as many tables as possible. Just try whether they are really required or not. Because you are increasing number of tables in the join, you are increasing the risk of duplicate data. Okay. We'll start next concept, that is modularization techniques, in the next session.